Philly did it constant, bringing everything to the table like the content. I'm an open book, read it and grab the concept. Trigger finger doing so many curls, just growing biceps. Many death threats for real, and ain't no love on the other side. One the ride, you had yours, but you wanted mine. No love on the other side, plotted on every other night, but that's all in another life. Love on the other side. From the lifers, get love from the nerds, get love from the bitches in the hood to the birds. Whether on a 9 to 5 or you get it off the curb. Just get up out the system, you gon' get what you deserve. I mean, I remember duffel bags full of herbs, quarter after quarter till I stumbled on the verge. I mean, I'm just giving insight on the day-to-day before I lead a game. Step back and just fade away. 12 gauge tactical rap. Yeah. I can't help but get you rappers in line. Hollow tip fragments all in back of your spine. 4-4 bulldog, all you packers a 9. I've been around the block, and it only gets realer. Not a bit, but no miles, and it's straight from the dealer. Sweet can be around you, nigga leak. I know the bar high, that's ain't no love on the other side. One's wrong, don't make another's right. You had yours, but you wasn't mine. No love on the other side. Plotted on every other night, but that was all in another life. No love on the other side. One's wrong, don't make another's right. You had yours, but you wanted mine. No love on the other side. Yeah. Ain't no love on the other side. Yeah. Tell me why you on the other side. It ain't no love on the other side. Ain't no love on the other side. Ain't no. Metro booming, want some more, nigga.
I get real money real often, bro, but it's not rare. I just here. Me, he'll be another one. He'll stop when I'm tear. Doctor, she drops me in this my year and the ball. If I'm not off, then I'm with y'all. When she bitching her, give a fuck it up. Why the hell would I panic? Hispanic babies.
It's gonna be heavy for niggas in the truth, though. Damn. Who is my mother? Who is my brother? Saying that do the will of my father is my mother and my brother. If you understand, you overstand. And though it's hard without you, cause I'd rather be with bro. Back in the day, before we went our separate ways, now you're pushing me away. I look up to the Father and pray.
My nigga, won't you save me? I try to do what's best for my family, but they think I'm going crazy. Turn their back on me, now I am the enemy. My nigga, won't you save me? I try to do what's best for my family, but they think I'm going crazy. Turn their back on me, now I am the enemy. My nigga, won't you?
Lyric gone, my brother gone. I'm looking for my life, they ain't agreeing with it. And all I said is I ain't doing this no more. I ain't doing that no more. I probably feel they paid if I ain't never sold crack before. I ain't selling crack no more. Never going back for show. Realize that me killing my people, that wasn't natural. You trying to build a solid foundation for people after you. They trying to build a system that set you up just to capture you, lock you down and shackle you. And this devil is tactical. 400 years a slave, it's time for a sabbatical. They calling you a radical, switching it up so masterful. Gotta be extreme to do better jobs than these pastors do. So why they laugh at you, steady calling you evil? I'm putting in work, hoping the Lord come and get his people saying,
save me. I try to do what's best for my family, but they think I'm going crazy. Turn it back on me, now I am the enemy. My nigga, won't you save me? I try to do what's best for my family, but they think I'm going crazy. Turn it back on me, now I am the enemy. My nigga, won't you?
Though it's hard without you, cause I'd rather be with you. I hope you get the picture. And if I finish without you, know I stuck to the scriptures. I just got separate ways. Now you're pushing me away. I look up to the Father and pray.
My nigga, won't you save me? I try to do what's best for my family, but they think I'm going crazy. Turn their back on me, now I am the enemy. My nigga, won't you save me? I try to do what's best for my family, but they think I'm going crazy. Turn their back on me, now I am the enemy. My nigga, won't you?
Without you, cause I'd rather be with you. I hope you get the
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Gonna clap it up. All right, we back. You understand? I missed it. You understand? Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Katah, why Yahweh Shemal Athabah Shem Yahweh Shai. It's Priest and Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under commanding General Yohana, the rightful leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? If you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, this is the home for you. Understand? This is the home of the truth, the ISUPK, where we teach as much as we can. We push on every social media platform that we can, that blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, Native Indians, are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. And if you are of that lineage, then you are the chosen people of God, man. You are the ones that are not desired in this place, but yet you are the ones that make this place run. You are the ones that make the wheels turn in this place. For if it were not for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, you understand, like America wouldn't exist. You understand? America wouldn't exist at all. There would be no America. You would have no United States if it wasn't for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? And that's just the bottom, that's just the grassroots truth. You understand? But with that being said, Salakia, I had some technical difficulties. I'm trying to work through those as we proceed, man. I'm trying to get everything to Wob here for you, so the class can go over without a hitch. For those technical difficulties, no problem with it. Goddamn your Christmas. Goddamn your deck the halls and all your Christmas trees. You understand? I pray that the Most High judges you rightfully for doing such an abomination when it comes to, Christ and God and being righteous. You understand? Because today was one of the most wicked holidays that's on the planet that we celebrate here in this hellhole called America. It was one of the worst days that you can imagine, man. It was so diabolical in how the oppressor has got our people thinking that, this day is a thing. Like the Lord is not, just like you would get convicted if you had a heart. You would get convicted if you rob somebody. It would be wrong to rob somebody. It would be wrong to unalive somebody. It would be wrong to take somebody's life, to end their life. It would be wrong to extort or steal money or extort money from somebody. Like just like those things are wrong, it's just as wrong to celebrate, you understand, Christmas. It's just as wrong. It's just on the same level as you would commit any other crime. You understand? Any other crime here in America, you go and alive somebody, and there's a high price to pay. You go extort money from somebody. You create some kind of Ponzi scheme like Bernie Madoff or somebody, and you're gonna suffer some dire consequences. That's the same way. That's the same thing as celebrating Christmas, man. You're gonna suffer a great deal of punishment when it comes to celebrating Christmas and celebrating these wicked holidays, because it's not in the Bible. And we're gonna go over all the scriptures. We're gonna go over we do it every year. The Isupk under Commander General Yohana, we push and push and push and push every year that this time of year comes around that you should not be celebrating Christmas. We say, God damn your Christmas. We pray for the Most High to end Christmas here on this in this place. We pray for the Most High to cancel your Christmas, man, because it's such an evil and wicked holiday. It's such a lie to perpetuate that we hate it with a righteous hatred, man. We in the Isupk, we hate your Christmas. We hate it. And me personally, I have a special disdain for Christmas because of the whole lie that it perpetuates. Like I thought that I was being a good parent when I taught my child, not to lie, not to tell things that were not backed up by facts. You understand? Like, you punish your children for telling lies, for telling fibs and fables. You know what I'm saying? You punish your children for crying wolf, so to speak, for telling something that's not true. But then we turn around and we allow our children to be convinced that there's some oppressor man that's gonna come down your chimney and bring you presents and gifts if you're bad or naughty or whatever, or if you're some kind of con if you're not good, or you don't act right, then you're not gonna get no reward or whatever for this so-called holiday. You're not gonna get no presents, like Santa Claus is not gonna come down the chimney and bring you no gifts. Like, we lie to our children every year. Well, we in the ISUPK, we don't lie to our children, but until Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians stop celebrating this wicked holiday as a whole, then I say we. You understand? But we are doing such an abomination in the Most High's eyes on today. And Barakatah Yahweh Shai, because it felt like spring outside today. Goddamn your white Christmas here in North Carolina. Goddamn your I'm dreaming of a white Christmas and all the snow. It's gonna be a white Christmas. The snow-capped houses, man. It was the exact opposite of what Christmas is depicted to be in the minds of our people, man. It was the exact opposite. You understand? The sun was out bright, shining. I was outside today with my short sleeves on. You understand? It wasn't cold. It wasn't all nostalgic with the snow flakes falling down and you make snow angels and all that bull jive. It wasn't that. It was Con, the water, brother. No. Come. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Yeah. Oh, the water. You got it. Yeah. I'm just making room for you. Brother Lahab in here. Most High in Christ. The water, brother, for joining me, man. But I was just saying that it was the exact opposite of what Christmas normally is. You understand? What everybody have some depiction of Christmas is. It wasn't the snow. It wasn't the snow falling down, the snowflakes and all of that. It was springtime, man. It was short sleeve weather out there today. And we're gonna get into the scriptures about, how the Most High hate these holidays, how he despises. You understand the I guess the spirit of this place when these holidays happen. You understand? We're gonna go into that, and we're gonna also touch on how your Christian pastor is not pushing the truth, is not telling you the truth that you should not be celebrating these wicked holidays. You shouldn't be celebrating. If you are so-called Christian and you call yourself following the laws of God and being Christ-like and being a Christian, then you should despise Christmas just as much as the UPK despises Christmas. You understand? But however, it's Christians all over, especially us in black people land. I want to say niggerdom. That's what I want to say. In nigger world, that Christmas, man, is diabolical because we lie to our children and then we turn around and punish them for lying to us. We allow our kids to believe that Santa Claus is real when the parents is busting their tail out there every day, working hard, putting in extra hours, not being behind on the rent, being behind on your car payment, letting the light bill go so you can put little Christmas presents under that wicked idol tree that you got. Then you turn around and say, well, you're not gonna get nothing for Christmas if you're bad or whatever, what you want for Christmas and all this other stuff. Then you sit around. I saw all over social media today, people you got black families taking pictures in all Christmas outfits and stuff. You understand? Like that is the most wickedest thing, and it's most wicked because the Lord said not to do it. If there wasn't a clear depiction of how Christmas was celebrated in the Bible, but of course it was the celebration of Nimrod. It was the worship of a king who they turned into a god. If that wasn't in the Bible, then maybe we wouldn't be able to go so staunch on it, or be so strict on it. But it's right here in the Bible, man. It's right here in the Bible where it says, don't go in the way of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Don't go into this way, because this is wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, man. And for us for us to be deceived in this place, and to still want to do something that's clearly the Lord is telling us not to do, it clearly shows how we disregard the word of this Bible, how Christians disregard it, how your pastor disregard the words of this Bible so much, and so to it's not even a second thought. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you believe it, right? If we believe in the Bible, what we believe in the Bible is only, it's gonna be what's convenient, what's profitable, what is good for that individual. And that's Christianity. Because the Bible is not Christianity, but Christianity has just picked and choose what is beneficial for that individual, and really what's beneficial for the church and the business of the church.
Right.
Never what the Lord commanded. Like, for example, remember when we came in the truth, we would always say we didn't like to hear. Well, it's not that we didn't like to hear, but we understood when, shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, one of the easiest things we got, brothers was able to kind of get rid of, and automatically coming in the truth, getting rid of that, eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, right? And they was saying, well, because shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, the shrimp is a feeder,
Right.
And it causes high blood, the pork causes high blood pressure, but we didn't do it because of that. Because if it was because of that, we would still be doing it.
Right.
We didn't stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster because it was bad for our health. We did it for one specific reason, and that's because the Most High said so. Because the Lord said not to do it. The brother saying, like, it's in the Bible not to celebrate Christmas.
We can go ahead and get it and start right there, Jeremiah. Specifics of why the Lord said not to do it, and of course, it doesn't tell us that this holiday was celebrated, and it was due to Nimrod classifying him or Nimrod's mother. She didn't lose her place in her place of power, so she made up this elaborate scheme to say that Nimrod's spirit went to this evergreen tree, and she placed the evergreen. Look up, it's in Babylonian history. She placed that evergreen tree in the middle of the city and commanded all the people in the city to bring presents to the tree. And if you didn't bring presents to the tree, she would send the army out in the middle of the night, like a covert, SEAL Team 6 operation, to come and unalive you, cause them to start working the tree. Well, Jeremiah, the prophet, spoke against doing this because Jeremiah knew the laws of God, and Jeremiah followed the laws of God. And this Jeremiah wrote in Jeremiah, the Old Testament, chapter 10.
The book of Jeremiah. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel, not to all who believe. And Abraham doesn't include everybody. Like, it doesn't include, it's only my bloodline, the only people that's kin to me, my wife, my kids. You understand? That's the house of Abraham. So the house of Israel only would be talking about the Israelites, the people who have a blood lineage connection to this, to the Most High and the covenant of Abraham that the Most High made with Abraham. You understand? It's a part of a bloodline. It's not a part of just because you believe. You understand? Just because you know Christ was real and he walked the earth, and now that makes you a child of God. No, it does not. That is far from the truth. What makes you a child of God is your birthright. You understand? It's your lineage, it's your bloodline, it's your nationality. You understand? Because that is our heritage, our culture. So this is saying to the house of Israel, to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It said here, you understand, which the Lord, the Most High, spake unto the house of Israel. So he's talking to us specifically. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Oh, go ahead.
And I was just, because social media is a vast universe of knowledge. Honestly, a lot the ISUPK, the Israelite School UPK, we made a big ripple in that ocean.
Right.
And we're there. Our presence is there because God has intended for our presence to be there, because that's how everybody will know the truth, right? And somebody put on social media that, Christmas never really belonged to blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
And it goes back down to the Bible. It goes back to what the brothers bringing out of Jeremiah. It doesn't belong to us. It's not our culture. The oppressor, the so-called Caucasian, has Christmas now. It belongs to him because he took it. He's never had a real culture, so he's always adopted the cultures, but he never adopted the culture. He stole our culture,
right?
But he adopted the culture from the heathens, like Nimrod and the evergreen tree and Krampus, and that's Hitler celebrated Christmas,
right?
So blacks and Hispanics, that was not our culture. We celebrated because our oppressor told us to celebrate,
right?
And that's what kind of what you're bringing out now, that in the same situation, Jeremiah, the Israelites, we were captives to another nation, the Babylonians. Mm-hmm. So we had to keep their culture, right? We kept their customs, and Jeremiah said not to do it through the Most High.
And one question I wanted to ask you, Lahab, is to chime in on this, because Hispanics, you understand, like everybody celebrates Christmas. Like the so-called oppressor has pushed his culture on everybody. Like, you understand, like we know that St. Patrick's Day is not for black people. We know, like, that's the time where we acknowledge the culture of the Irish. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that Cinco de Mayo is not necessarily for black people, because that's the time we get to acknowledge Hispanic culture, right? Hispanic history, right? Okay, so my question is that how is Christmas pushed in the Hispanic community? And I'm asking you for, I know the answer, but I'm gonna say something at the end. Go ahead.
It's pushed through the Catholic Church, the Catholic Church,
right?
Who we were conquered by the conquistadors, the Spaniards,
right?
Brought those customs to Mexico.
Are they different? Are they different from how black people, how it's pushed on black people here? Is it different?
It's different just in the traditional, like, the way it's kept. But they still treat religion all
right
of each other,
right.
It's an extension of the Catholic Church, so it has a couple little different things, but all is still about.
It's still the Christmas tree, the present. Right. They be in the manger. This supposed to be Christ's birthday.
Right. You gotta understand, it's the Catholic Church. Really, the Catholic Church had the initiated the Catholic Church.
Right.
That's why we know Christ was real, because they had to adopt that separate, like, to appease people, just like today. The mass religion and it mix all the religions.
Right.
You know, the Egyptian religion with the Arab religion with the Jews.
Right.
The faith of the Jews about Christ. They just changed his date of birth and they try to make it about him and so on and so forth. But you know, it goes deeper about the Christmas tree but it's pushed kind of the same. It's just the way it's kept.
And I said that, I asked you that because like it's pushed the same way. It's pushed the same way. When Christ was born, there was no the main culture that was being pushed into the world was Roman culture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't Chinese culture, but yet today the Chinese know about Christmas.
Right.
Chinese celebrate Christmas. Like the Germanic and the Irish culture wasn't the main culture on the planet. Yet and still today, you go to Ireland, they celebrating Christmas.
Because if I could, but it's just so biblical because you know, even when you read about the end of this place,
right,
where it says that the kings of the earth got drunken off the fornication of this place.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. China, initially, they don't believe in that.
No,
but because they intertwine
right
with the politics and you got to understand, there's a lot of Asian people in America as well.
You're right.
So they, you know, it's laying down with the whore, laying down with her.
Exactly.
You know, like you're gonna once you become part of that, you'll custom. You'll take that custom,
right?
And you'll keep it. However, we Hispanics, we were supposed to always not accept those customs,
right?
In our captivity, like that's why this scripture is so heavy that you bring it out.
Exactly.
It always has happened to us where prophets arise and they say the Lord said don't do that.
Right.
Don't get involved in that. You living here. You're living in this place, but don't become this place. That's what Christ said. Ye are not of the world. I'm paraphrasing. You know, be in the world, but don't love.
Don't be of the world.
Don't love the world.
Right.
So that's what it's talking about.
No, I just wanted to bring out that it's cultures. That's how you know, like this, or when you take a step back and you examine this tradition. You know what I'm saying? Like Chinese people, like you don't see in our records where Christ made an impact on Chinese culture. Right. you don't see on our records where Christ went to the Africans and made an impact on African culture. You see what I'm saying? So this was all done by the oppressor, and it was pushed through his agenda to bring forth his worldwide religion. And now you got people in Africa now acting just like Christians here in America and the entire earth, right? You got native Indians who don't know about Christianity from the history of it. You got them on the street corner praying, "Oh God, hallelujah, hallelujah." You got everybody doing that. Right. And it's pushed all over the earth, man, because it's just so very plain to see how our oppressor, you understand, the Caucasian culture and their traditions have been pushed on us through Christianity, and that's why Jeremiah is saying, don't follow the way of the heathen. You understand? Keep going. Let's read verse 2.
Verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen follow the signs of heaven. The heathen, want the truth. They want to battle on stuff like, is the earth flat? They want to battle on stuff like that. They want to say, well, what does a star really look like? You know what I'm saying? Like they want to go into the heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven, and we shouldn't have no parts in taking or some kind of interest in that. Our interest should be following these laws, statutes, and commandments, pleasing the Most High, coming together as a nation so that Christ can come back and liberate us from this captivity.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For the customs of the people are vain.
What people? The heathens that he's talking about in verse 2. Don't do as the heathens. You understand? The heathens are dismayed at the signs of heaven. You understand? Their customs are vain. The heathen customs, they mean absolutely nothing. Christ didn't celebrate his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many things intertwined in this Christmas. It's ridiculous. It'll have you going like, what's going on? Because first it's Christ's birthday. He was born in a manger. Then it's the Christmas tree and giving everybody gifts. Like, that has nothing to do. One has nothing to do with the other. You know what I'm saying? And decking the halls and all this other decoration and stuff. It don't have nothing to do with celebrating somebody's birthday. Even if we was, you understand? Christ didn't even celebrate his birthday. We're not supposed to celebrate birthdays either. But what does the Christmas tree got to do with Christ's birthday? Right. You see what I'm saying? So many heathen customs intertwined with this Christmas that it's a bunch of confusion.
Right. And what's so crazy, what's so wicked about Christmas, because it's beautiful to the world, and the world can have it. It belongs to the world. It belongs to the heathen. It belongs to everybody else. Let everybody else, because this is the kingdom of everybody else. This kingdom does belong to the oppressor. It does belong to the Arabs. You know, let them have it, right? What's so wicked for us, blacks and Hispanics, that we are. How can we have the same customs as our enemies?
Right.
How can we even share something that may seem positive? Like, why would we even do it? Why would we even say, hey, the same person that enslaved us, you know, constantly oppresses us by having laws against us, calling us super predators, illegal aliens, criminals. Then we got to be in the same spirit as them, Abraham. We have to, you know, like think about it. Everybody has to be in the same spirit. Like, it's called what do they call it? The Christmas spirit?
Right.
The being jolly. Like, how could the slave, the servant, and the master, who the master oppresses, how can they have the same culture or the same religion? That would mean that we agree. Yeah. That we agree that we are your servants, that we agree that you oppress us, that you should oppress us, and that we agree on injustice. Like, that's why this holiday, this so-called holiday, is so wicked for us to keep. Salakia.
Con. And that's heavy. That's heavy because we as blacks, Hispanics under Christianity, we are taught to not have any enemies, even if the enemy is right there in your face. The enemy can be, you know, it could be an enemy right now, pull out a knife, run you through it, you know what I'm saying? Right. Unalive you. Right. But yet and still you love them. You don't supposed to have no enemies. Right. So when it comes to taking on the same traditions as your enemies, like, how can you even do that? And when you look at and it's so diabolical for the oppressor to convince us to put the past behind us. Right. And that goes all back into why we celebrate Christmas now, because Christmas wasn't a day of celebration for our ancestors, man. Like, that was a day, that was a high sales day, just like it is today. Except for they wasn't selling toys and candy. Right. They were selling us. You see what I'm saying? That was the prime day to put your slaves on sale and put them on the auction block and separate them families, man. Right. That was a prime time to do it. That was a prime time to come up off of your stock and off of your investment. You understand? And here today, we don't even consider that. We don't even remember that time. You know what I'm saying? Right. We don't even. That's not even, you know, a part of our culture that we remember what happened to us on so-called Christmas. Right. You know what I'm saying?
We weren't a part of it.
Right.
We've never been a part of it. Like, Salaki, if I could, it's just like the 4th of July, celebrating the 4th of July when we were, black people were slaves,
Mm-hmm.
in that time. It wasn't like even today, right? They gave that so-called holiday Juneteenth.
Oh yeah,
right, to supposedly celebrate the freedom
of black people,
right? And the oppressor really doesn't really care about being part of that. He's not pushing, a big hype about it. He's not. I think he made it a national holiday.
It's so in some places. Some places
right.
still. Some companies celebrate Juneteenth. Some of them don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Martin Luther King.
And I heard it through some oppressors, and like they're like, man, well,
they don't even know what it is.
Well, not even that. They don't want to acknowledge it. They're like, man, who gives a damn about you? Like they're like giving you the day off.
Right.
Like like they're not acknowledging it. Like they'll rather acknowledge Columbus Day.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else but it's not a big thing. It will never be a big deal to them.
Right.
Because it's like, who gives a damn about the slaves? We care about what's ours. And you got to understand, America only influences people that they conquer.
Right.
Or that they're trying to conquer. Right? And that's what Christmas is. Christmas is a so-called holiday that they keep and it's always happy for them, right? But for us, it's always oppression.
For us, it's oppression because we the ones that if you can't assimilate and get the presents and get the if you can't participate in Christmas, then you're a piece of garbage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't get your wife the new bangle bracelet or whatever have you, if you can't if you say, well, I'm not. If you're in America and you're a Christian in America and you say, well, I'm not putting up no Christmas tree this year. That's money. That's $150, $200 that I could put towards the bills. Your wife is gonna be mad with you.
Right.
She's gonna have a fit with you. Then so you say you're not gonna put up the Christmas tree. Then you say I ain't getting the presents this year. Like we can find another time to get the presents or the toys that the kids want. We'll find another time to get them. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it. During February, during tax season, when that big bulk of money come back, we can get the kids the toys they want. Then, man, your wife is going to. You'll be everything in the book.
Right.
You understand? You'll be all kinds of. She'll threaten to leave you.
Right.
The marriage might be over.
Right.
The marriage might be kaput after that.
Right.
You understand? And if you decide not to participate, if you decide not to put on the Christmas sweater or drink the eggnog at the Christmas party and bring the eggnog to the Christmas party, then you're a piece of garbage.
And if I could, and if you're a grown man, like me and Abraham grown man, and you're waiting and you're gonna put a silly sweater on, and you waiting to sit down like a little child and
open see what the presents
and we'll see what kind of what they got you for Christmas. Like man, you need to start rethinking your manhood.
Yeah. Reclaim your cojones.
Yeah. Like you're a grown man expecting gifts. Like the scripture says, when I was a child, I thought like a child.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with receiving like gifts, but especially on a day like this, I mean, it's just so unmanly of you if you're black and Hispanic.
And look, Salaki for interrupting you, but I was looking at Captain Tazariot, the other I don't know where it might have been Captain Tazariot. Then again, it might have been us at camp. My mind, my memory is going away. But the brother was discussing, he was saying, how does he deal with not celebrating Christmas? How does he deal with not celebrating the holidays? Because his wife is this and his kids doing this. Right. And I'm
always been a question though.
I'm sitting there looking at the stream and and I was confused because I'm like, nigga, who? I just had to think that our brothers are just so destroyed in this place. And that's why I thank the Most High for the Isupk, Commanding General Yohana, you know what I'm saying, to actually give me my manhood back.
Right.
Because I was that same nigga going, and man, if I don't put up the tree this year, and if I don't get the presents, I'm gonna be my lady gonna be mad, man, my kids gonna be, man, and what's so bad about it is I was a part of that machine, that machine that says, that thing that says in you, well, I might as well pick up some extra job during Christmas time or try to make some extra money so I can get the tree and get the presents and my baby girl says she want a bike this year, and how I'm gonna do that, and you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my bill collectors trying to get them to give me some leniency because it's Christmas, and they looking at me like, you asking me for leniency at Christmas? I understand it's Christmas and everything, but you gotta have a place to stay.
Right.
You gotta pay your car payment. Right. You gotta pay Duke Power. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are so oppressed during this time of year. It's sad. It's sad, man, because you got brothers out here, you know, racking their brains, losing their hair, getting gray hair because they can get the tree, but what's the tree without the presents? You know what I'm saying? They can get a present. I can get everybody a shirt for Christmas, but I can't get them the new Xbox. I can't get them the new PlayStation or the new gaming console or the thing that the new purse, the new pocketbook, the new Coach bag. You know what I'm saying? I can't get that, and you a piece of garbage anyway. So no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like and the oppressor designs it to be this way. It designs it to be this way every year, so you can damn near about lose your family every year. You be this close.
And if I could, it's like you said, and the oppression goes deeper. It goes so deeper, so biblical, so everything that it's against who we are. Because for the most of us, this is a day of sadness.
Right. For
the majority of us.
Right.
You may have some family member doing life in prison because he was part of the whole crack epidemic.
Right.
You know, you may have somebody who lost drug addiction, gang violence, everything that our oppressor created that have destroyed us. It took something from us, someone from us. For us, children that grew up without fathers, you know, all the curses in our community. For one day that we gotta try to make it a happy day, it doesn't even work. That like you right. said, it doesn't even equate. The math doesn't even equate.
Right.
It doesn't make sense because, and I remember Christmas has always been sadness, even when you try to make it happy. Because the only way you can make it happy is by getting drunk out of your mind,
right,
or high out of your mind, so you'll forget the pain. Because it's always been about how much we as a people, because we don't think it's as a people, we think it's like, oh, just me, you going through it, but we don't understand. Like, we understand in the UPK, like you said, brother, like we understand why it's so deep, why it's so important for us not to celebrate it. But our people, we don't understand that our suffering is because we do celebrate it. That's our suffering.
Right. I was telling my rib today, we was talking about the same things and about what basically how black people are in the situation that they're in. And I was telling her that it's crazy how we don't think that the solution to our problems is in this Bible. We think that it's everything else. We think that is you know, the unity within the black community. Right. We think it's economic power. Right. We think it's education, or right. you know, you got to get more degrees. You got to graduate more people from college and stuff like that. We think that the black problem is going to be answered with every other solution other than this Bible. Like I told her, I said it's crazy to think. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think we crazy to say that. Well, the solution to black people problems start with us not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. And we turn around and say, what does that have to do with our black people being in poverty?
Right.
But these laws, statutes, and commandments have everything to do with our situation and black people's poverty.
Right.
And what is causing us the grief during this time of year is sinning.
Right.
It's sinning because you celebrating a holiday that you should not be celebrating. So therefore, you're suffering the punishment behind it. You're suffering the oppression, the poverty, the not being able to make ends meet, the punishment that comes behind celebrating a holiday that causes you to make your oppressor rich.
Right.
Then for you to tend to your own household and just worry about these laws, statutes, and commandments, the following that. But you worried about, you know, getting the present that your wife gonna appreciate you for, or getting the present that the kids gonna love you for and think you a good father or think you a good mother. You know what I'm saying? You keep up the lie that some white man is waiting on their roof to give them presents and going, you know, you spend your money on the cookies and you let the cookies go bad. Then your parents got to sneak downstairs in the middle of the night while you sleep, eat the cookies, drink the milk, so they can perpetuate the lie that Santa come did it. Man, look, it is disgusting.
And they call us they call the UPK
call us crazy, right?
Crazy or fake or delusional.
Right.
Like what? Like we're delusional.
We're delusional
for believing in a black king called Christ by the name of Christ Salakia. We're delusional for believing that we're the real Jews and the real Israelites the Bible speak of, right? And we're delusional for keeping the Passover, for keeping the high holy days of the Most High. But you're not delusional for believing in a fat man coming. Look here. Look here, reindeer.
Right. You can believe in reindeer with a red nose, a flying reindeer. If you can believe in this nonsense at Christmas, damn you for me, you know what I'm saying? For making me think that I can't believe that a black man is coming back on a spaceship on a flying saucer to deliver me, to deliver my broke ass. Right. You understand? Damn you for telling me I can't do that. Right. And you gonna believe in a white man. And that's gonna come down in a red and white suit, and he fat, big and fat. Number one, he gonna come from the North Pole now. Right. He gonna come from the. Last night, I clicked on the TV for 1 second before I went to bed and saw the news and saw how they is literally on the news. On the news, this is the weather station. On the news, they got Santa Claus on the sleigh with the reindeer.
A real one?
No, animated. They saying, well, Santa Claus it's 1 o'clock in the morning now, so Santa Claus should be rounding the East Coast down. And they tracking Santa Claus, brother.
So they made like a whole thing around.
They done made a whole PowerPoint presentation, a whole animated presentation on how Santa Claus, once it get dark real good, around 9 o'clock, Santa Claus leaves the North Pole. So they the weatherman, he telling you about the weather, how it's gonna be. So how is it gonna be for Santa traveling? So about 9 o'clock, they gotta get the diagram of him coming from the North Pole. Then they got him circling down through Maine. Well, it's 11 o'clock right now, so Santa Claus should be around the Maine area. So be looking up, y'all out there in Maine. Be looking up because you might see him. And then about 1 or 2 in the morning, he's supposed to be around in North Carolina and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy nonsense. So if y'all can believe that a red man, a white man at that, who sick dogs on us and done all these cruelty things to us, if you believe that he coming on a one horse open sleigh or whatever,
and he's skipping the ghetto.
Yeah, he's skipping the ghetto and he coming with his reindeer. He gonna drop your presents off. You can believe in that.
Ain't no chimneys in the project.
Ain't none.
He definitely skipping the project.
That little pipe that come up with a little heat pipe. You know what I'm saying? If you can believe that, then I can believe that there's a king. Our King Yahushua is coming back just like he said in these scriptures, man. And he's gonna avenge us. They say his vesture gonna be dipped in blood. Like he gonna make this place desolate in 1 hour. That's what the prophecy says. So if you can believe something, I can definitely believe in this Bible. And I'm right. So we're gonna keep going.
All right. For the customs of the people are vain.
Mm-hmm.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
The work of the hands of the workmen.
And all
the axe.
And all that means is just this person that's working, that's selling you the tree. He works with the axe. That's what his job is. His job is to farm those trees. They plant them, and by the time Christmas rolls around, they be 6-7 feet tall. Ferns. They evergreen trees. So he cut them down. That's the work. His work. The workman with the axe. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Meaning they cut this tree out of the forest and then they go decorate it. They decorate it with the silver utensil, the gold utensil. You know what I'm saying? They sing the song about it, silver and gold, and they put this gold and they put this silver and gold on the tree that he cut down out of the forest. He sells it to you for $150 a wop, and you go buy it. And you stand it up in your tree, in your house, and you start to decorate it, and you create a whole family event around decorating this tree. And you decorate this tree, and you put silver and gold around it, and you looking at it like it's really something to behold, like it's really an honorable thing to do. When it's really such wicked, such idol worship. You know what I'm saying? It's idol worship at its finest. Where you take an inanimate object and you make that inanimate object a god. You understand? You singing songs to the tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. You singing a song to it, and you don't think you making this tree a god.
So, like, if I could, and like you were saying about Nimrod, that tree represented a dead man.
Right.
It represented, and that's why I said that the oppressor, which was different oppressors, the British, the Spaniards, the Portuguese, the French, they're the same nation of people, just different people,
different languages,
different people within their own,
a different tribe within their own race,
their own nation, right?
Yeah.
Well, just like those presents really belong to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Those presents that you put under your Christmas tree, that
right.
idol,
yep.
that dead, you're commemorating a dead individual, right? Because the oppressor took, and Christmas really is just a mixture of different beliefs,
right?
The mistletoe and
and,
you know what I'm saying, like
I forgot about
crumpets, like
the wreath, the green wreath,
right? Like it's just a mixture, and they threw Christianity and they threw Christ in there.
Yeah,
they threw Christ in there just because they brought him gifts.
Because they know it's so wicked and disgusting that they had to try to throw Christianity and Christ in there somewhere. Because if not, then it'll be easy to separate the two and say, well, man, this is a tree. We doing this. The tree. We say Christ said, don't. The Most High said, don't have no other gods before Him.
And just like when the Hispanics celebrate the Day of the Dead, when they put food and real food for dead people. Like that is the, I would say, the delusion or the wicked brainwashing, or just the, like, I don't understand the logic, of putting food for dead people to eat,
right,
or quote unquote, right? The same thing with the Christmas tree. We're doing the same thing. It's all the same thing because it all belongs to the same demonic entities, or the same demonic, what I would call it, the same demonic. Oh man, I'm looking for a word.
Deity.
Same purpose.
Like
it's all the same thing. Mm-hmm. We sin either way. We're gonna sin. Like the day to day, you're sinning. Christmas, you're sinning. New Year's Eve, you're sinning. Like all of that is the same stumbling block for us to sin, but we just don't recognize it. They just dress it up.
They dress it up with food, with the turkey, and look, during New Year's, it's customary for us to eat black eyed peas and collard greens because it's for prosperity or something, green like money or something like that. And they send it around food again.
So, like, if I could, that's why the scripture says, "For the customs of the people are vain." Right. To the Lord, that's vanity. Like that heathen custom to put gives to a dead tree, to something that doesn't move, doesn't talk, or candles for a picture of a relative that's dead, and you put food there. That's vanity to the Most High, right? And and it's vain to the Lord, but His high holy days are vain. Right. What we keep is purposeful. What we celebrate the Passover is because the Lord did something that day. Right. He freed us from our tormentors. That's why what the Lord keeps and what it belongs to Him is not vain. And He wants us to remember. There you go. He wants us to remember that, man. And it's such a glorious time to talk about how the Lord freed us. Right. You look at the oppressor. The oppressor sits around and he talks about his triumphs and his victories. 4th of July, they sit and talk about 9/11. They sit and talk about, hey, they did that for 9/11 and that called the soldiers to action, and we went over there and we did such and such and such and such. Go America. God bless America. Right. You know what I'm saying? They remember their triumphs, but the times that we celebrate, the days that the Most High tells us to celebrate, we remember our triumphs, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we remember that we're going to triumph again in the same way. You know what I'm saying? But it like we were saying earlier, you have to be forced to sin. On this, you have to be forced to be in a constant state of sin, because if you don't, that means that you're not sinning. And what happens when you don't sin? The Lord gets on your side. You know what I'm saying? If you don't sin and you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Lord starts to fight for you, and you start to see it. And that's what the oppressor is afraid of. He's afraid of the Lord being back on our side again. He's so afraid of it. He's trying all kind of things, man. Like oh man, it's all kind of stuff out here that the oppressor is pushing through the airways to try to make sure that you go to church, make sure you celebrate Christmas, make sure you tune in for the New Year's Eve bash, the holiday bash, to make sure you get that Christmas outfit and put it on and take family pictures in it, to make sure there's a good sale going on right the week of Christmas, so you can buy all the PS5s and all the Xbox Ones and all the the Jordans go on sale, the this, that, and the third happens, so you can make sure that you participate in this holiday, man. So the oppressor can make sure you keep sinning. Right. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. But they stand straight up tall, but the tree can't speak, man. The tree ain't saying that. The tree is not saying anything. The tree is not the tree is not talking to you. The tree is not telling you what to do or nothing like that. But they speak not. Go ahead. And it's a reason why it's talking about this tree. Jeremiah is talking about this tree because it was always a symbol of oppression for our people, right? And it was saying don't worry about that, because like Abraham was saying earlier, it was meant to a fear tactic. It was to fear the people that invented this custom about a tree, because that was the spirit of a man,
Nimrod's mother.
Nimrod. And if you didn't worship him, then you would be dead.
You'd be dead. And that's why they thought the tree was speaking.
Right.
They thought the tree was they thought the tree. Now, I mean,
well, it kind of goes with like you were saying earlier. Yeah. Your lady, you don't put a Christmas tree, you look at that's like a
piece of garbage.
Like you're dead.
Right.
Like you're worthless.
Right.
Because you can't put this Christmas revered tree.
Mm-hmm.
They even make a song about it.
And in Babylon, when Nimrod's mother was pushing this idea, if you didn't bring presents to the tree, then your life was nothing. You wasn't worth the air to breathe.
Right.
So she would send out in the middle of the night for you to be killed, and the people through rumors thought the tree was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because understand, she was saying that her spirit of the king Nimrod was in this tree. You see what I'm saying? And Nimrod was a tyrant of a king, but Nimrod was a powerful king at that. And so if you didn't bring the presents to the tree and Nimrod's spirit is in the tree, then Nimrod will put you to death. And that's what Nimrod was doing, putting you to death and hanging your head on that tree. You understand? And that's what the people begin to think. And Jeremiah had to come through there and say, man, this is a tree.
Right.
This tree don't talk.
Right.
This tree was cut out of the forest by the workmen with the axe.
Right.
You understand? Then they decorated the tree with silver and gold. It was standing up straight like a palm tree.
Right.
But it didn't speak. It don't speak. You don't need to be afraid of it because it's not alive.
Right.
You understand? It's not alive. And Nimrod's mother said the evergreen tree. That's why we use an evergreen tree for Christmas trees now. Those evergreen trees, they stay green year round because of the makeup. That's the way the Lord made them. But Nimrod's mother lied and said, oh, it's because the spirit of Nimrod is in this tree, and that's why it stays green all year. That's why it stays green. Well, what about all the other green trees? Nimrod is in every green tree?
Right.
But understand something. This is Babylonian culture. This is hundreds of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, and it was just like people believe in witchcraft and black magic and oh, I'm gonna put this root on you. They believed it back then too.
It's witchcraft. That's what it said. The heathens are dismayed at the signs of heaven. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's all tied to this whole thing was tied to some spirituality,
Right?
Some heavenly being that like it's all tied together.
Right.
That's what the scripture is about. Salaki in verse we keep going to verses.
Mm-hmm.
They must need be born. No, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
Mm-hmm.
They must needs be born.
They must needs be born, meaning you have to take care of that Christmas tree. Their needs you gotta bear their needs. You understand? That what they do to the Christmas tree now, they cut it out the forest, they cut off its water supply, and you have to buy a little base thing to put it in. When you put it in the base thing, that base thing has water in the bottom of it. So it can try to keep the tree receiving water, because the trunk will try to keep absorbing water. Right. So that's what they do. They give you the little thing and you put it in there, you screw it in there, you sprinkle the little stuff in it. So it's like some nutrients that the tree needs to stay green. And then it's this spray that they buy.
Right.
You spray the tree, it'll put a coating on it also, so it'll stay green. But as that tree starts to wither, it's gonna still just like you buy a bouquet of flowers. You know what I'm saying? They give you the flower in the vase. You put the flowers in the vase with the water. You put a little packet of nutrients in there that keep the flowers longer. But they do the same thing to the tree. And now, but as this tree is dying, it's dying because the water ain't enough, the nutrients ain't enough. The tree is dying. It starts to get brown and wither. It starts to dry up. And before you know it, it's a fire hazard. It's a fire hazard. It's right now. It's people that you can call, so you won't have to deal with your tree. They'll come and get your tree, and they'll go and sink it in the bottom of a lake. In the bottom of that lake, it creates a haven for fish to, yeah, good for crappie. We all know that's good for crappie. They'll sink that tree in the lake, so then it creates an environment so the fish can, move in and find a home in the tree. But the tree is dead. The tree is sunk at the bottom of the lake. You understand? And it's hundreds of trees get done this way every year. You understand? Or you can take the tree and they'll incinerate the tree for you. They'll burn the tree. Thousands of trees get burned every year. Every year, man. They destroy thousands of evergreen trees because the oppressor is so insatiable that he destroys the environment that he's trying to protect and everything too. You know what I'm saying? So now just to be a part of this, participate in this wicked tradition, you got to kill trees, man. You got to kill the very thing that's putting oxygen in your atmosphere for you to breathe. Right. You understand? And then we come out and we can't breathe, and the air is polluted and blah 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 blah. Is our fault because we celebrate a wicked holiday called Christmas that will cut down thousands of trees, hundreds of thousands, millions of trees, and then discard them, burn them up.
It says, "Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil."
They can't do evil. Well, go ahead.
Neither also is it in them to do good.
They can't do good or evil. They can't do nothing. You understand? The tree is there because somebody cut it out the forest and put it there. Trees belong in the forest. I thought we knew that.
Right.
I thought that was a given. Like, trees grow in the forest, in the wilderness, and they thrive out there. Their roots go into the ground, and number one, the tree, the things that fall from the tree, the dead limbs, they fertilize the ground. The tree bases roots in the ground, and all kind of ecological things happen when you leave trees where they're supposed to be. But Salakia, of course, this time of year we have to defy nature and we have to defy God, and we cut the tree down, put it up in the house to where it's a fire hazard because you got these lights that's burning on it all night long, every night. Drying out the tree, creating a fire hazard. And I want to know how many houses, house fires that came about this Christmas season. And it ain't over because traditionally you got to leave that tree up until the first of the year. So you got another whole week for a potential fire hazard to burn your house down. You understand? And if it burns down, that's what you get. That's the punishment of the Lord.
This scripture is like really, really deep in the sense, like it's spiritual for us, because it's like it was a law. Living under Babylonian, that's what the Lord is saying. Don't be afraid of this tree. Don't worry about it. Don't do it. Don't keep this wicked holiday. It doesn't belong to you, right? Don't be afraid of it. It's not going to do anything to you. It's just a damn tree.
Right.
It's like saying nowadays, if there was laws for us to be, if there was a law which nowadays you got to vote Republican or Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Well, the law will probably say don't vote. It's vain for you to vote.
Right.
It won't hurt you to vote or not vote. It doesn't affect you. Commander General Harris has been saying that through the Israelite School UPK. Don't vote, because either way the outcome is not beneficial for us.
Right.
Either way, it's going to mean something detrimental to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to vote. We don't break a law if we don't vote. Then it would be something like, if they said now they legal, like Black and Hispanic and Native Indians, we were part of the whole drug movement, but now it got legalized. Mm-hmm. Well, wouldn't it be so beautiful if every Black and Hispanic and Native Indians didn't even smoke marijuana,
right?
Partake in any drug abuse?
It wouldn't be a business,
right?
It wouldn't even.
It wouldn't be a business, but it wouldn't be illegal.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. We wouldn't be breaking the law. Mm-hmm. So the Lord is saying, hey, just because the heathens do these customs that benefit them, doesn't mean that we have to keep these customs, because they don't benefit us.
Right.
We don't. celebrating Christmas wouldn't be we wouldn't be breaking the law if we didn't do it. Black, Hispanic. Now they may the earth, your family members may look at you funny. Your peers at work will be looking at you like, well, you don't celebrate. That's what they do now.
Right.
I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas. Oh, all right, man, have a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man, have a nice weekend.
All right.
They may say, hey, whatever. Like, all right, man, enjoy your holiday. I'll say that, like, enjoy your holiday.
Right.
But they look at you like, what are you not saying, Merry? Like, but it ain't a sin for blacks and Hispanics not to do it. It ain't, and we're not breaking God. We're not breaking the oppressor's law, and we're definitely keeping every one of God's law. That's why this scripture is so beautiful, because it tells us not to do something, to obey God, but we don't have to fear not doing it, because it's vain. The oppressor knows it's vain. It's vain to him. Right. But he just has to do it because it's his culture, it's his custom. Salaki. No, go ahead. No, yeah, that's good. Go ahead, Salaki. Is that it? I think verse 6 says, for as much as there is none like unto thee, O Yahweh, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Right. That name is great in might. So the name of the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should be more honorable to do what he says than to follow the custom of these heathens. And that's what Jeremiah was saying. It's like the Most High is great, man. The Most High his name is great. So it should be in us to do his will versus the will of these heathens and follow after these heathens. We're gonna get Amos. We're gonna go to Amos 5:21. And you know, of course, it was Christmas Day. So today, everybody, all the families got together and they had a big feast. It's just like Thanksgiving. They baked the turkey on Christmas Day. They had a big Christmas dinner. They had a big Christmas breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And they go and do these things, and they have a big feast because this is a feast day, just like it says in the scriptures, man. And the Most High hate the feast days of these heathens. So go ahead. We about up on the time, but we'll get this after we finish this. We'll be about on it. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate. I despise your feast days. And we always say, every time we read this scripture, we turn around and ask the question. I thought the Most High don't hate. Thought the Most High loved everybody. God is a God of love. He's a God of love. He just love. Just all God do is love. You understand? He don't have no other emotions other than love. Well, right here, it says God hates our feast days. You understand? And those are, and we made those Christmas, we made it ours. Right. Thanksgiving, we made it ours. Made it by force. We forced ourselves on Christmas. We forced ourselves on Thanksgiving, especially Thanksgiving. We forced ourselves on 4th of July. Every wicked holiday in America, we blacks, Hispanics, and Native, we force ourselves on these holidays. These oppressors, they don't want to celebrate holidays with us. Right. They don't give a damn. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like the oppressor was such, you understand, our oppressor is so diabolical and not wanting to have nothing to do with us that they fought us and sick dogs on us for wanting to give them our money. You got to understand that during the civil rights movement, we would have sit-ins at restaurants and places, establishments, because we were saying, here, we're going to sit at the bar so we can get food, and in turn, we can pay for it. You understand? We just want the right to pay for our food at the front of the building versus at the back of the building. Like, they didn't even give a damn about your money. That's how much the oppressor didn't want to deal with us. That's how much the oppressor didn't want to be around us. He didn't want our money. We had to fight him so we could get him to take our money. So, man, look here. The Most High hates and he despises the feast days that we done forced ourselves on here in America. He hates it. He despises it. Go ahead. and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Mm-hmm.
Though ye offer me burnt offerings.
They look. Let me tell you something. The burning that they put on that meat today, like it's not talking about offer me burnt offers, meaning that meat was burnt to a crisp. It was black. It was unedible. No, it was burnt to perfection. It was burnt to perfection where the juices glimmer off of it right. They based in it. It was burnt to perfection, man. And you can tell, like this day out of any other day, this and 4th of July, you can really tell how families get together during this time. Thanksgiving, yeah, that's what Thanksgiving.
New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's.
Every one of them.
You see the cars parked. All down line in the street. You can't even get out your driveway for your next door neighbor parking in your driveway, and you can't even get out.
Right. And it's sad, Salaki, if I could.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad because in the world it seems like it's a beautiful thing. Like that's why it's so. That's the hypnotism.
Right.
That's how hypnotized we are. That's the veil that Christ said we would have over our eyes, right? Because if you perceive it without your eyes that the Lord gave you to see reality, right? Mm-hmm. According to his to the Lord's standards, right? It would seem like it's a nice thing, Abraham. Like, hey man, you get to see family, mama,
right,
uncles. It's just a happy environment. It seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like commemorating a rape. Yeah. And it just happened 1,000 years ago, but it was a rape that something supposedly good came out of, maybe. And now they made it to, now we all keep it, but it was all based on a rape.
Right.
Right?
Based on a tragedy.
Based on a tragedy or based on sinful acts.
Right.
So we keep it and we make it a good thing. And it's so family orientated, but it's the spirit behind that whole thing is so wicked. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so sad, because the rest of the year, though, you can't stand your family. The rest of the year, you can't even, don't see them, don't call them.
Right.
You won't even, go by and visit them, won't take care of them. If they need you, you're probably talking behind their backs. Right. But this day, though, these days, you got to come together. And then if you don't come, if you don't show,
you're a piece of trash. You don't love your family.
You don't love your family.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, the food is, they definitely
burnt to perfection.
They put their foot in it.
Yeah. That's why they said the Lord ain't accepting your burnt offerings. He don't care. He don't give a damn how good that food smell. He don't give a damn how perfect the turkey is.
And you women that don't cook all year for your husband.
Right. That's wicked.
You
right
feed
there.
them beanie weenies all year.
That's wicked.
And then on this day, you want to make your best dish.
Right. Because your family coming over. Right. Your mama. Oh man, that's wicked. That's wicked. That's wicked right there.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offering,
right,
I will not accept them.
The Lord ain't accepting it, man. That's plain. Ain't no breakdown that come with that. The Lord ain't having it.
Because they gonna pray in the name of the Lord.
Right. In the name of Jesus.
They're gonna make God the center point of this thing.
And it's so wicked. It's so wicked, man. That is so
and the
wicked.
Most High saying, hey, leave me out of it.
Right. I don't even want to be no part of it. I ain't gonna smell this stuff. I'm turning my nose up to it. I'm turning my back on it. I despise it. I don't like it. Go ahead. I hate it. Yeah.
Right. I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts.
Just imagine like everything you doing on these holidays, the Lord doing it like this. Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he don't even want to smell your food. He don't want to, if you know what I'm saying? Like you get the spread out, y'all set the table, y'all set the spread out over the table and you just sit and look at it. The Lord don't want to sit and look at it. The Lord just turn his head. Man, the Lord don't want nothing to do with your wicked holidays. You understand? He don't want nothing to do with this mess, man. And yet and still we act like the Lord is all in it. We act like the Lord is, we get around and we talk about the Lord and the Lord is good. And we really know what the real reason for the season is. Man, the Lord ain't in none of that, man. The Lord don't give a damn about what you talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
The noise of them deck the halls and this Christmas and old Christmas tree, and silent night and holy night. He don't want to hear none of that. Take away the noise of thy song, man. He said that's noise to him. These Christmas carols and this jingle bells and all that stuff, that's noise to the Lord, man. He don't even want to hear it.
Right.
And no matter how many times we bring this scripture out every year, we bring it out every year. You got Christians that's staunch and they're like, well, I'm gonna celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas anyway. That's like you blatant saying it. Well, I'm gonna disobey God anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Right.
Because my fun and my pleasure is more important than the Lord. And that's all you saying when we celebrate these wicked holidays. We just acknowledging to the Lord that our pleasure and our things and what makes us happy and what no, I ain't gonna even say us. I'm saying our oppressor. What makes our oppressor happy, that's what we into. What makes our oppressor glad, that's what we into. What makes our oppressor prosper, that's what we into. That's all you saying to the Most High. When you celebrate these holidays, you're saying that you're putting the oppressor's well-being above pleasing the Most High.
Right.
That's what you're saying. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Okay, Salakia. For I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
Right, the melodies from heaven. That's what they say. The Lord said he ain't gonna even hear your melodies, man. He ain't gonna hear your melodies. And that's right there in verbatim.
Right.
Like, I don't know how Christians hear this. Like, this ain't the first time Christians hearing this. And it's gonna be all over the For You pages of the Christians and all this stuff. And they're gonna scroll right past it like, whatever. And that's why it's gonna be so righteous when Christ comes back. And all those people who didn't acknowledge Christ and follow Christ, you understand, you're gonna get dealt with, man. You're gonna get the proper judgment that's coming to you because you've been warned by the prophets over and over and year after year after year after year. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And yo, it's man, America is finna go to war with Venezuela. Yeah, have you ever heard of these things in your life? I've never heard. America, we didn't fight over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did that stuff with Colombia and those and the Contra, the Contra scandals. We did with the Contras. We did that, and we didn't want to fight over here no more. But look right now it's went back to fighting over here, Venezuela and Mexico, and doing all this stuff we're doing over on this side. You know what I'm saying? To compact this stuff that America is doing on the other side. I say we, Salakia, not we, because blacks, Hispanics, and everything ain't got nothing to do with what America doing. You know what I'm saying? The Isupk ain't got nothing to do with what America doing. But America is oppressing over here, along with what they got going on in the Middle East over there. Man, it's getting crucial. It's getting bad. We right here on the brink, man. We right here on the brink. And if you're not careful, you're gonna get caught up in the mix, man. You're gonna be jammed up. You're gonna be jammed up, and before you know it, it's gonna be too late. You're gonna be in that Christian church, clapping it up, talking about Jesus is my light, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if the Lord is really with that Christian church, man.
Right.
He's already showing us that he's not with the Christian church.
Right.
But you really finna see something, man.
Right.
2026 is gonna be some more shocking
man
and more shockers, man.
Brother.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it on that. That's all we got, man. That's all we got. We close it up right there. Lahab, you got anything else you want to add?
No, like just like the brother saying is, let's find what the Most High wants us to do, so that we don't see. If you're not looking at what's going on in the world like a scary thing, then you know it just means two things: you're ignorant of it, or just plain old stupid, right? And I think ignorance is better for us, because now if we find the truth, if the Lord, is merciful enough, graceful enough for us to find this truth, which brothers in here were, to find out that, the Most High doesn't want us to do these things. Like brother, you it will have to be a sacrifice. Yes, brother, you won't be seeing your mom, maybe, your family members, because you decided to do what Christ said. Christ said, and I'm paraphrasing, any man that's tries to save his life will lose it.
Right.
Any man that loses his life for his sake,
sure find it.
For his sake,
right?
For the kingdom's sake. Like Christ was not about Christmas. Christ was not about the oppressor. Christ was not about America. Christ is not about this world. So who are the true Christians? Who are the true followers of Christ? Those that do the will of his Father, or those that do the will of the heathen cultures? Like Christmas may look like a good, innocent thing. I get it, but it's not to the Lord. You don't think when Christ walked the earth, there were the Romans kept the same, like Christmas is ancient,
right?
The Romans kept Christmas.
They used to shut down Rome during the week of December 25th. You know what I'm saying?
Saturnalia, all of that.
It used to be wild sex orgies, man.
It was family orientated for Romans.
Right.
They kept their listen, they got families too.
Right.
The heathens have families. The heathens have children. Like what we have to understand is this is reality. This is life. The other cultures, they have their own culture. They keep their own culture, and when they rule, now we're subject to their culture, to their customs. But the purpose of what we teach is that one day, because guess what? It's so imperative that we rule. Because if we don't rule, we're going to keep dying and suffering and being oppressed.
But it's like it. You don't think that when Christ come back, that it's going to be heathens that don't follow our customs? I think they're going to be in their homes like where they doing what they doing.
From what I know, from what I learned, is they can keep their they can keep their customs, like whatever is a law abiding by what we say.
Right.
We get to choose what they get to.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't get to celebrate what they celebrate with, like.
They don't, but at the same time, when we go into our temple or whatever,
right,
for our high holy days,
right,
they're not gonna be allowed in the temple.
But that day they may get to chill. They may get right,
just like today. Just like today, we don't celebrate Christmas, but I didn't have to go into my slave.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what's good. You don't think that's
the kingdom of heaven?
That's the kingdom of heaven for us, where we get where our laws get pushed over the mainstream, where we don't have to sit back as the misfits for not joining in to this mainstream media. Our culture would be the mainstream media. So just like with our culture, damn right. Just like with our culture being the mainstream media, you don't think that it's gonna be heathens back there going like, yeah, they doing they doing a Hanukkah, whatever you call it. Right. We doing this time, we don't do that.
Right. But yeah. But if they do, we won't be mad at them.
Yeah, I mean, you can acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah, but
you're gonna acknowledge the kings of the earth.
Right. But that don't it's gonna I'm pretty sure it's gonna be plenty of people that just take it as a day off, take it as okay, we don't work during this time, and hey,
they may send us all their contribution. They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Send
there
us
you
all
go.
The rice, all the good, whatever. Like whatever good crops you got, we get them. But once again, the point I was saying earlier was that in Christ's time, the heathens, the Romans, they kept their feast, and Christ did not kept them. Christ didn't push that agenda.
Right.
Christ kept the feast of Hanukkah, which was in the winter. Christ kept the Passover. Christ didn't, like, nowhere in the Bible where you said the disciples joined to go celebrate Saturnalia. Nowhere. You won't read it. It didn't happen. That's what we're saying, that it may seem like a good thing, but it's wickedness against God, because in what's going on now in the earth, it's a sign that the Lord is ready to just bring havoc. And if we get caught during these times, remember what Christ said, that he come like a thief in the night. No one knows the day.
Right.
Well, you could be in the middle of killing that hog.
and boom, and Christ come back.
Or joining at some Christmas dinner with other cultures, or other, eating and being jolly and saying, John 3:16.
Right.
And we're all Christians and praying. You may be praying to what you think is God, but that same day Christ is here, and he said, no, that's wrong.
Exactly.
Because that's what the Bible says. Salak, that's it. And with that,
clap it up.
We're going to do the prayers.
We'll do the Lord's Prayer. We'll close it out. The water for everybody online tuning in.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? We're, Lord's willing, tune in for the Sabbath service as well.
The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kwadash. Haya. Shemka. Yahweh. Malathwaska. Taba'ab. Ratazaka. Haya. Aisha. Baharatiza. Kawa. Haya. Bashamayim. Nathalanawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalak Kawawathnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawawathinawa. Walaab. Tabayanawa. Banasaya 1. Abba. Habashanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Watapora. La Walamyam. Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, and will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
All right. Shalom. How about Shiga Shabbat? Yahweh Shema Taba Shiga Shah. Tune in.
One curse is Luther teacher.
Oh, it's Salaki. One curse is Luther teacher. Men of Israel. Ma'at Shabbat. Amadia. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat Katah.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat Katam. Yagimata. Class is mixed.
It's basically not.